Hi everyone, welcome back to my weekly market update once again. So it's been almost a month that I have do my last update. I think I did say it in my last video because I was away for some exam preparations. That's why I was stepping for out of 1 month from not doing any recording, but that doesn't mean that I'm not with the market. I'm still updating myself on what's happening to the market and a lot of movement. I believe hopefully this week video will be slightly longer so I can give a more thorough update on what's happening to the market in the holistic view from the top down approach as well. So then I will also be looking back as how's those counter that I have been looking at previously or 1 month ago, how are they performing, or what's the things for you guys to watch out for next week or perhaps until end of this year. And after all, understand that market is still very low volume, perhaps is due to um, the end of year, everyone's going for travelings, going for holidays, or right now it's still the World Cup seasons period, right? Which I'm still enjoying myself at the World Cup as well. So let's see what's happening to the market. Come back to the market then. So what happened on last Friday? We can see that Dow's tumbled 300 points on Friday itself, post the worst week since September. So I can't say what is happening on one day itself because I've been away for a month. So let's take a look at the chart, what's happening to the market in the bigger pictures first. So this is what is happening when I last do the update is on 30th October. So this is the resistance level that have been given since then, right? So let's take a look at the chart itself. 30th October is somewhere at this candlestick, right? This red color candlestick. So I have given three resistance level. First is the 32,800 breaking above. The next resistance we are looking at is 34,000, followed by 34,300. All right, 34,300. Okay, somewhere here, this green color line. Okay, so the thing is that if you have been monitoring, you know that I always use Fibonacci level. So once you break above the 50%, going to 68%, break above, then you got to watch your position, right? Yeah, so last week, just by one weekly candle itself, it's a very reddish, bearish and carving candles. It encarved almost the last 2 weeks of what is happening, and that is fall below 61.8%. Okay, so what causes this, right, especially on Friday itself? I think it's mainly due to the economy data, the PPI, if I'm not wrong. You guys can check on this economy data, right? So last week, I think, yes, so the PPI came above the forecast, or as additional 0.1%. So what is all this data about? Because we know that next week, which is the coming week, right, Fed is going to announce their interest rate. All right, they is going to announce their interest rate projections, and also when they announce their interest rate decisions, usually right now, I think the predictions of people is actually expecting a 50 basis point right now. But what is the sentence? What is Powell is going to bring out for the next year, or perhaps the next first half or first quarter of a year, is very important. Whether it will remain 50 basis point or whether it will reduce to 25 basis point, no one know yet. But what causes the market to rally? I think there's before that, when I was away, right, I think there's some good news, especially on this 30th November. Uh, things I think there's some dovish from the Powell side saying that they might not hike 75 basis point, made to some data statistics showing that the market is below the expectations percentage, causing the market to rally. But then the market continue to come higher after people digest the news itself. Okay, so what's happening right now? Based on chart perspective, all right, based on chart perspective, this candlestick is very bearish because it encarved another 2 weeks. But if you're looking at a couple of weeks itself, right, we are still at the uptrend. Am I right to say we are still at the uptrend? It can be a decent pullback followed by a next uptrend. Okay, so what is happening is that we know that next week there's two important data the market is paying a very close attention. The first one is the CPI, Consumer Price Index. All right, this will tell us that what is the sentiments of the consumer out there. Are they still purchasing? higher than the forecast, higher than the previous data. If these data come out higher, the market may drop further. All right, because people worry, hey, after a couple of interest rate increase, but the market doesn't seems like worry about it. People continue to purchase, continue to consume. So then they think that Fed might continue to hike, or perhaps the 50 basis point might go to 75 basis point, and then that will be resulted a bearish movement until the FOMC rate announcement, which come into 50 basis point. Given the confidence, the market might spike up there again. All right, so what are we looking? Will be something like that. All right, so the first 2 days for next week, or perhaps the remaining days, the 3, 4, 5 days will be the spike up. But right now, we can know that all this, what we are saying, is speculations. All right, there is no strict rules whether we follow the story that I'm telling. All right, but from candle perspective and cuff, all right, and break below this 61.8%, my next target is, from technical perspective, I might see it go back to 33,000, or even the previous resistance level turn support, which is the 32,800, before we determine where is the next level. It may actually penetrate down, or it may rebound from here. So in technical perspective, it's better to see what's happening next week. Is either you hit the 50% before you make a decision to buy up, not to chase directly immediately when the market open on Monday. Buy up from here, put your stop loss somewhere slightly below. Or if let's say the market break below 50%, then do not cash it unless it's forming something like it break below but it close higher instead. So it's forming this kind of candle, all right, like a hammer candle. Okay, so this will have a good sign for you guys to enter. If let's say Monday itself it turns bullish instead, all right, it turns bullish instead, or the CPI is getting louder, it turns bullish instead. Where are we looking right now? After breaking this resistance, we are looking at this next resistance, which is the 78.6%. Usually it's not really a Fibonacci level, but we can see at 35,000 is where we are looking at. Okay, right now let's come to a bigger time frame, meaning to say, since the start of 2022, all right, we know that market QT, that means quantitative tightening. We know what's happening is on the interest rate is hiking, the market is coming down. Fair enough, the market is coming down. So at this point of time, what has changes? Nothing changed, to be frank. Meaning to say, the interest rate is still at the high side. I mean, not very high compared to global financial crisis. But what I'm trying to say, compared to here, currently at this rate, the interest rate is at a high compared to these 2 points. So it will be a bit ridiculous to see that the market actually penetrate all-time high back again. If yes, there isn't any meaning of QT at interest rate hike, right? Yes, market is project forward looking. To be frank, yes, I agree on that. But if it go up there, it's not very rational after all, right? So if we go up back to here, it will give me an even stronger reason to short, but I don't see at that point of time. So we take one step at a time. So firstly, I mean, it's very messy. Let me just remove some drawing first. Okay, so next thing, there's two approach. Is either you hit 50 for you to long when he come out after the FOMC, after what the Fed delivered on the speech, then we are targeting already 35,000, and then we are looking for some sign before we shut it down. Alright, for people who don't feel comfortable, we can wait until the FOMC, then we decide what's the next step to go. But to me, like I say, I'm always stand at the bearish side, but where is the point for you to short? That is another lesson to go. Alright, so that's my view for Dow Jones. Hopefully you guys get it. So my view, short term, bounce back 50% where I'm looking at, then we see where it go up from there. Okay, so that determined by next week economy calendar on CPI, followed by the Fed rate on Thursday morning, which is Thursday morning. All right, so I think it's Wednesday Singapore times morning, if I mean after 12, all right, which is Thursday morning. Okay, so That is my view for DJI. All right, comparing to other index, okay, just one Dow Jones, I spent around 10 minutes, so sorry, but just want to emphasize a bit. For Nasdaq, it's not that strong compared to Dow Jones. As you can see, the Dow Jones coming back to here. Am I right to say? For Nasdaq, we are still hovering between the 12,000 right now. All right, from the Fibonacci, it retraced to 12,000, which is a 23.6%. Right now, coming down. Okay, so if let's say we reduce rate, yes, it may bring some good news. The market might actually go up. But if you are looking at Nasdaq technology counters such as Amazon, Google, those big counter, especially like Tesla, everyone is target 150. We'll go to the chart later. It's not performing well itself. So if you want to long, you long in the index which has strength is Dow Jones. You want to short, you short the market that has lesser strength, I mean it's more weakened, which is the Nasdaq itself. All right, so choose the correct pair, correct index for you to do the shorting. Okay, so 12,000 will be the level for us to monitor on Nasdaq, whether to see break up or down. Next thing, we move to Hang Seng, jump to Asia market. Okay, before I leave for my exam break, right? I actually do some drawing. This is November 12th, as you can see. So this is what I shared the Hang Seng Index. I written clearly, all right, if let's say based on, because it's still November at the point of time, I say if the candle able to close above this, used to be a support, turn resistance, right? Able to cross above the resistance, turn support again, and maintain that for the next candle of the month, which is December, we are biased on the upside, which I'm biased on the upside to hit 20,000. So where are we for Hang Seng Index? Can you guys take a look? So, oh, sorry. So take a look at what is happening on Hang Seng. All right, so let's look at the monthly chart first. Okay, so this is the monthly chart. Congratulations, November candlestick turned extremely bullish, mainly thanks to COVID from the China side. I understand if you have been paying attention to the news, you know what happening. The Chinese people protest because of the unreasonable lockdown. Yes, but how does it relate to Hang Seng, right? Hong Kong is correlated. I mean, the correlation might not be 1:1, it might be 1:0.5, perhaps it's 0.5, 0.8, which is at the high side on the correlation part. So with that, of the reopen of the Chinese market is actually bringing a surge to counter like Alibaba, like JD, like Pinduoduo, like a lot of others Chinese related company. We will talk about a few later as well. So stay tuned in this video. It's a full pictures of the update since I just returned back. I also need to update myself. Alright, so it turns bullish, so we are very close to 20,000. We closed off at 19,900. Congratulations if you pick it up 1 month ago, where we are at 70,000. We are almost up close to 3,000 points. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you do follow. All right, if you do follow. Okay, so right now for Hang Seng, if let's say you are not very confident in the US market, there's always other market for you to rotate your cash clearly, smartly enough. All right, so this is the monthly candle. Don't just based on monthly candle. Let's go into the weekly candle itself. Okay, so the market go above is a good sign. Where are we targeting? 20,000. Definitely will be there. We are looking at 21,000 next. All right, which is the Fibonacci looking at 38.2%. I think my perspective highly chances it will reach that level unless there's a strong pullback. But no matter whether it's a pullback, if there's a good news continue from the China side, this may actually in this way. Okay, so pull back, dip back for you to cash it, for you to long it. All right, remember on that. Uh, okay, so that's my view for Hang Seng Index. Okay, go back to China A50, a more related company. I mean the index for China. Okay, so this is what I mentioned previously. I say that the next support is 10,000, but that is only when China remain its COVID zero policy, right? You know the crisis, what happening to the market, it bounced back. Don't tell me you still are looking for the short side. So where are we looking at? We can see that right now it's come to the inflex point because this is a resistance level. This used to be a support level. So if let's say the market able to penetrate up like what Hang Seng did, which is the level of 13,500 or 13,600, able to penetrate, please do not short. All right, bounce back, continue to ride on it. Okay, target 15,000 possible. Understand that when there's a surge for COVID, ease at the China side, definitely there will be a surge in spending, surge in everything in the China side, causing the inflation to go higher. Take note, I always mention this in my video very long months ago when China's having this zero COVID policy. I say Chinese is always one step behind US. So what is happening to US? The US market dropped crazily during the COVID, high back all the way high to 2022. True or not? And then they encountered the inflation at what we are experiencing right now. So this is what happening. Chinese follow up, COVID open up, market shoot. You know what's happening to the US until you reach the inflation point. What's next? All right, so we are actually experiencing tricking like a time machine. US is the time machine for you right now. You can't. You want to. You know what's happening in the market. So you, if let's say time reverse back to give you the chances, why not? Time machine. Just play with it. All right. But is it true always? We are never. I mean, I'm not trying to forecast what's happening to the market, but we always have a good risk management. Where is your stop loss and where is your take profit level? So if let's say today you want to long, where is your stop loss? Definitely here. All right, it's huge. But if you break out and you pull back, then you see some good sign. If you want to long, where is your stop loss? Is somewhere near. So it's always your risk management and when is the time to go in. All right, so that is the lesson for you guys to to learn, to understand. All right, so I will be sharing. Just follow my video as closely as possible or join my Telegram group. Remember to share and like my video. I mean, I'm coming back to give me some support as well. All right, next we go to most holistic view. Let's look at US oil. I know oil has been plunging down. A lot of people worry oil has been plunging down. Why? This is due to the zero COVID policy. Remember previously. All right, right now take a look. I mean, there's of course there's war like Ukraine, Russia there, causing the oil to spike all the way higher. Yes, the oil is continue. I mean, the war is still continue, but the thing is that if Chinese going to relax their policy, the COVID market open, economy open, oil is required. Yes, there is always news as well, saying that they are getting oil from the Russia side, alright, or Saudi Arabia. How is it important to the oil market stability? So, nevertheless, by looking at the charting perspective, all right, by looking at the charting perspective from the weekly chart, if let's say I draw my Fibonacci level, the next level, that's very unclear, but let me just explain over the video. This green color thick line is actually a 50% Fibonacci level. D is a weekly chart. Yes, it's a bearish and carving. So where are we looking at? $67 next, okay, at this area. So if let's say you're able to hovering between here, it's a good chance for we to see the next leg up. All right, it's a good chance for we to see the next leg up. Okay, so that is my view. I mean, everything is under my own perspective, own opinion. All right, disclaimer definitely apply. Do your own due diligence. All the old saying again, right? So if you want to follow, please remember to know where is your stop loss. Okay, remember once you touch, you want to enter in. Yes, but one touch is not as strong as a couple of touch, right? But doesn't mean you can't. This is two touch. Can you see that? And you pull back again, it's three touch. Let's zoom in for you guys to see. So how many touch is over here? Can you see? Not just one, this is one, this two is 2 week, come back 3-4 week, it take 4 touches or perhaps 3 touches before it bounce up. Okay, so you see one touches is also possible, touches rebound back, but it will come back again. Okay, so if you touches, you want to go in for a short trade, is possible. If you are using the correct platform for short trade, is possible. Okay, so where we're looking at $67, definitely this drop will pull back those oil related company like ExxonMobil, like Corps, all right, like even the favorite company from what Warren Buffett has been OXY have been investing as well. Definitely there will be a drop in those counter related because it's positive correlation, right? Okay, so next what are we looking at? So Baidu. Okay, why should I jump to Baidu? Because I post this in my video. In my Facebook page if you monitor. Okay, since when? Not just on 12th November, ladies and gentlemen. I post it on 5th November. This is so big. Baidu. Let's take a look. Where is Baidu? Always just review. Ladies and gentlemen, look at it. All right, look at it. So I draw before it happens. All right, I'm not at the high side. So let's take a look what is Baidu doing. I said previously, price did not came to the support area. All right, November it did not came to the support area. 12th November, I think it's here. Okay, so this I updated. It did not came to the support area, but may consider to nimble at the current price, which is current price $90+. At the current price with a good SL rate around $70, right together with the good news from the Chinese East COVID measure. If you have read it at $90+, 100+, I think there's around $30, right, gentlemen? 120 right now, 130. There's $30 profit. Why not if you're short-term trading, right? Perfectly, if you can get the support at 70, you can hold on to it and ride it continually. All right, there is one counter. I didn't get this. All right, just to be fair, I didn't get it. I was busy studying, right? But I did get this because this is my all-time favorite. The Singapore listed counter. I did mention. I also did draw what is happening and what you should do step by step, right? If you miss it, you miss it lah. Okay, but for people who entered on it, HST, congratulations. There's also one listed in US. I will share with you guys. So it break out very strong candle, strong volume. You can see that. All right, strong candle, strong volume. I'm holding this will be my darling, perhaps for the years go until 2023. Okay, not the whole year, maybe the first quarter we shall monitor from there. If let's say it reach the resistance, then I might consider to sell. But right now, I don't see any resistance. So maybe 77 cent or 80 cent will be the next resistance level, or otherwise I will continue to hold this darling. Okay, so what is the Chinese listed? I mean, it's the same. It's listed in US. This is the KWEP. This is what I mentioned previously, right? Okay, fall below $20, you have to cut. But the thing is that after it fall below, it go to 1817, it right up the whole candle 1 week itself above 22. If you catch at this price after 22, because if you have been following my video closely, I did mention that when we plot okay, let me say, sorry, gentlemen, I just want to emphasize, this is my own trading style. Okay, you have your own trading style. You can follow or you can join me to follow mine if you want to. But of course, I see more than that. Don't just one, right? So $20 is what I say is a support level. Fair enough, right? I always tell people that if you go monitor previous video, is all at my YouTube. I say if you want to go long, right, after you break below, the next candlestick break above the support level, reverse back, it become a resistance level. That is where you should catch up, because the break below is actually to kill off the people who have a stop loss there. It's called stop hunt. All right, so people is got being hunted. Once it penetrate, if you miss this buying at the low, it's okay. All right, you'll never get the perfect price, gentlemen. Don't be so you know, don't be so okay, I don't want to say the word, but don't be try to be so perfectionist. All right, try to get the bottom. It's hard. Even me, it's hard. So if you able to break above $20 again, you can catch it on the previous candlestick. You can buy on the open. If you retrace back, you're not hitting the stop loss. You take a look at it, zoom in. You're not hitting any stop loss, right? Then you are riding right now. Okay, so perhaps you buy at the open $20 right now, $31, gentlemen, $11, $11. I mean, it's a good money. If you think it's not, you want to ride until all here, then by all means, continue to hold, right? Okay, so where are we looking at? Same again. Let's look at the bigger picture. This is the in between the Fibonacci level, which I draw from 0 to 23. So I'm targeting $35 next. There might be another $3 to go. Yes, smaller profit because you didn't catch it. But people who have catch it, continue right until 35 next level. All right, so that's my view for KWEP. Okay, let's look at slightly bigger firms. Let's look at Tesla, which I mentioned. So for Tesla, right? Okay, so gentlemen, 15 October, I did right. Okay, read yourself. 180, 100, 180 to $100 is the way, the price level, the support area which I'm eyeing to buy. All right, which I'm eyeing to buy. So if you have cash it at 120, $200, it right to 170, don't be too disappointed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't be too disappointed, because the price have to be hovering, right? You see how it takes to hover the price, hover the price, hover the price. Yes, where is Tesla right now? Looking at a candlestick, it may have chance to fall. But if comparing to people who buy here, buy here, buy here, buy all-time high, are you way better than them? Definitely you are. So do you invest, if you like Tesla, do you enter all your war chest in one shot? No, right? You have to do your dollar averaging. fair enough, right? Dollar averaging. So where's the next level? Perhaps we are looking at here, 150. Okay, so this is the next level. So if you get it at 200, when the price drop $50, to let you dollar average as 150, drop $50 to let you average at $100. Why not? But of course, you have to believe. All right, we'll never know if this happen like what's happening to the Chinese market, those pre-COVID counter like DocuSign, this kind of company, it all-time plunges, then not really that fantastic. But this is Tesla. If you believe in EV or you believe your idol Elon Musk, then dollar averaging can be workable. Okay, so ultimately is how you look at this company. What is the fundamental to you, to yourself? All right. So otherwise, when you long, then you have to have some stop loss level. Okay, so this price, if it bounce back, it's not going to penetrate low. Otherwise, for people who are more conservative, hit 150 is where you can make your first entry if you missed out here. All right, for people who hold here, let's take a look. Where is it? Dollar averaging 150 for you to go in. If you do not want your short-term trading, right now it break below the 180 is where you should do some cutting. All right, so when you buy at 200, you break below, you should cut, but you will be regretted because you right back. Okay, so this is more on not trading for people who want to buy and hold. This is a good area. 180, 120. Break and close below, we may see 150. I stated 150, 160 at 15 November. Okay, so don't ask me why I randomly guess 150 out. Okay, I then realized I actually returned previously 150 level. See that? And that is why I know. Okay, so doesn't mean I go away for my exam. I'm not know what is happening in the market. All right, I still understand. Okay, so still have the sentimental feel with me. Okay, next counter we are looking at. Let's take a look. Perhaps we look at some chips counter, TSM. Okay, TSM revenue jump. Okay, chips lump with 50% revenue surge. Okay, let's take a look at TSM. Okay, so people who miss this like me, we will be crying right now. $60 jump back to 80. But in the longer perspective, this is the weekly chart. Okay, so where are we looking? We can actually use the Fibonacci level as well. Okay, so after hitting the 23%, next target resistance is at 38.2%. But looking at what is happening to the market itself, there might be some pullback which is healthy. Okay, after a flag, after an uptrend, it might form a flag before the next upward. Okay, if you are biased on the upside, we will never know. But like I say, this is a good momentum of upside. Right now, we shall see will it continue to form here a flag as well. Okay, or if it form a Pantone triangle, okay, before the next upside. So we shall see is there any upbreak. If it break above breakout play above $84, then it will ride to the next level of 1992. Okay, so there is different strategy to play. But if you are unaware, unsure, then just stay away. Next company, Nvidia. Same thing. This is why I'm looking. I always emphasize 80 to 100. I'm a greedy guy, but too sad to say, it come to here. So what we do, the same thing. All right. So above 23 right now, heading to 38.2% next. All right. So of course I will enter right now, definitely, right? Because the risk reward is not at my side. I'll just pass it. Next counter, back to Singapore. Singapore counter, SATS I mentioned. So all right, 13 October. Let's see what happening. What is my grandmother's story right now? Okay, let's take a look at daily chart. Okay, so let's take a look. So 30 October is somewhere it's here. Okay, I said due to whatever gap. Okay, so the resistance is at $2.80, $3. The support is 250. So it went to $2.80. Okay, so it added retrace back. So if you miss the first strike, it retrace back. Why not jump in? Support 250, never break. Jump in right now. Hit the final resistance, $3. Correct. And it's a very bullish sign. If I remove, can you see? Friday itself close above 3, good volume, decent. So where are we looking at? Just remove. the video comes back to here. This is the 200-day moving average. So I'm not so greedy that it will come back here, right? There's a gap down, or recover back to the gap will be even better. Looking at the STI perspective view, I don't see that it will come back to 380, but high chance it might come back to 320 first. Right, 320 before he hitting the next, near to the 200-day before we determine where is the next level. Okay, there's a 20 cent up play over here, but if you miss this catch, don't blame me. All right, if you want to long here, you are risking 20% profit, 20 cent profit for that resistance, the 50 cent risk level. Okay, because your cut loss is 250, right? Of course, you will shift up your stop loss maybe 280, the resistance turn support. Fair enough, 20 cent risk, 20 cent profit, 1:1. Up to you whether you want to take it or not. But congratulations once again for people who have trade when it was the price range around 260 here. I do have friends or colleagues or whatever actually long lah. I don't want to say that. Okay, next counter. Let's go to I have a list, but I had half an hour right now. So let me share another 10 more minutes. So sorry to hold you guys. But I just want to share some good thing. Okay, so Chinese company, Chinese COVID relax. So what other counters that we can actually look into it? Okay, so some risky counter. Okay, first is Futu. Okay, so Futu, we know this is a brokerage company. Wow, fantastic, right? All the way high. If you buy in, if you didn't go into individual counter, but you go to HST or this, you also enjoy the reward, right? Same as Baba. Okay, but Baba, okay, this is what I mentioned. Support 55, register $100. Where are we? We are 30 October. Yeah. I mentioned here, ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned here, alright. If you get it $60+, did I? I did. All right. Okay, I did. So right now we are hitting the first register level, which is the 40% 40-day moving average. But let's remove lah. Okay. But on the high side, will it continue to ride? To me, yes. Why not? All right. To me, yes. Why not? So if you long at $60+, if you cash it, then just continue right. Okay. So yes, on weekly chart we hit the 40-day moving average. There might be some resistance level, some pullback, but I don't think it will come back here again unless something happened to the Chinese government again. Otherwise, decent pullback for you to enter in again. Register level, TP level, no change, 100, 110. Then we'll review where's next to play. Okay, so if you get it, you get it. But this is not as strong as Pink Toto, which I mentioned as well previously. Okay, so this is what happened to Pink Toto. Okay, see, it's even higher. Okay, the surge is even higher. Okay, so related company, congratulations to you guys. Next is Shopee. Shopee. All right, Shopify. This is Shopify. Sorry, my bad. Just correct me. This is Shopee, not Shopify. All right, C Limited is Shopee. Okay, a lot of people is trying to grab this. Look at it. Okay, why? Because the drop. Let's take a look. Hopefully, where is it? Sorry, guys. Okay, so from the peak to here, gentlemen, sad to say 88%, 90%. Everyone, if you want to draw at the peak, it's really 90%. Okay, so everyone is trying to bottom fish. All right, bottom fish it. So that's why Shopee has some upside, but will it continue? To me, I say that greed is there. Yes, earnings showing good sign. Firstly, all right, 15 November. Next earning is in Feb. So meantime, I think high chance there is some food in Shopee. Okay, next register level at 86, 85. If you want to ride, I think it's a good $20. Of course, the cut. Where is the cut? Just use the all-time low as a cut. All right, I don't think. Just let me do some back drawing. All right, let me do some back drawing. Okay, I don't think it will recover back to this $38 or perhaps $40. So let's do some writing. Today is 10th December 2022. So TP 85. Okay, I have explained now, so I don't want to write too much. 85 SL, we just put at 40. Okay, so right now, current price 60. All right, so buyers upside. Okay, so I just write simple one. So if you want to long, then that is where you're looking at buyer's upside. Okay, so any pullback, as long as don't go too way beyond $40, maybe a decent 50 down $10, because the index is have some bearish side, right? If let's say it recover back to 50, good sign to enter. So we can actually put current price 60, we can eye 50 to long. Okay, so put some alert, put some limit order, up to you guys. Okay, so this is what we have been going through. Okay, so next counter, just now we were talking about Futu, right? So next counter related company is called Tiger. Okay, can you see that? I was saying bullish, right? Eyeing next resistor 11. It didn't. It was bouncing here, but it also didn't hit the all-time low, which I put as $2.70, right? So it's like forming a double bottom, or you can say forming a cup followed by a handle. So if let's say it's a cup, it should come back to $7. So $5.30, $7, $1.70. Is there any meat? I think yes, good enough. With the right on the related industry for two, I think I will give a call on the upside. Okay, so this is my view on Tiger. Next, okay, some speculative counter. Let me take a look. Speculative counter like ITE. Okay, so you see, I'll be talking about more related to Chinese company lah, right? This is what I previously mentioned. Hopefully it buy. So shares did not came down, but it penetrate below, right? Okay, so if you cut lah, I mean, I'm not trying to show you guys what things go haywire, go sour, because trading is not 100% accurate. Okay, just to dash your dream, it's not 100% accurate. If I'm so good, I will be a billionaire right now. I'm not yet, okay, but hopefully one day. Okay, so trading is about how you manage your risk. If you fall below, I understand that this is more on trading purposes. If you fall below 1450, I did cut. By then, how much did I save? $40 cut, 350 right now. I save 11 damage. $11 damage. So that's the importance of stop loss. Yes, it cut you, it go back up. You might save $3 plus, $1 plus, I don't know. But where is it? So don't be so emotion affected if you got cut off, alright? Because you pre-plan your stop loss. Fair enough, right? So right now, looking at IT, a lot of volume is picking up. COVID is relaxing. Okay, so is there any chances for this counter? Look back, yes. So where will be my stop loss? You'll just put here. Okay, fair enough. Write it up. But of course, take a look. If you happen to realize those counter which I've been talking about, we are actually trading on the anti-trend. Fair enough. This is called anti-trend because it's coming down, right? We are buying. But when trading on anti-trend, low probability, high P and L. That means high loss, high risk reward. High reward, you know where's your risk. Okay, so it's depend on what kind of strategy. A breakout strategy, then don't go anti-trend. Alright, go things that right with the trend together with it. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to share with you. Meaning to say, if you don't want to go anti-trend, then go find counter which is weak, and then you should short it instead. Okay, you shouldn't long, you should short it instead. Okay, so alright, I think I will just stop here lah, because it's really too much already. It's almost 40 minutes. There's still more, but hopefully I will be sharing in my Telegram if let's say there's any trigger part, or otherwise I will share with you guys next week, because next week is the major news. Whatever I share might be a big fluctuation, or the whole table might switch if Fed suddenly hike 100 basis point, but who knows, right? So like no one's believe Brazil lose on the penalty last week, right? Okay, so there's a bit of the World Cup itself. Okay, so that's all for this week Weekly Market Update. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Remember to share and like. That's all. Bye bye.